Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Mimi Edutains, a perfect mix of education and entertainment. Today's topic matters most for personal growth and well-being. I'm your favorite host, Amidat Ahmed. In the last episode, I spoke about why I disappeared, why I took so much break, why I didn't release an episode in so long. Today, we're diving into a crucial aspect of life, which is taking breaks and finding one's balance. Today, I have a very special guest who is an expert in work-life balance and self-care. Please, you guys need to check her Instagram page, and see how much she prioritizes herself. At this point, I'm sorry, but I'm so jealous and I really want to be like her. But yeah, I have Daraayo Daniels with me. Welcome, Dara.
Thank you so much. I'm very honored to be here.
You're welcome. How are you doing? How's the day been? Hope everything is good.
Yeah, I'm good. It was a productive day, so I'm very proud of myself.
That's good. Also, I forgot to add, she's also a content creator and she makes mad content. Well, yeah.
Yay!
I'm serious. I want to be like you when I grow up. But yeah, let's jump right in. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up with so many activities and get about well-being, ourselves. I believe taking breaks and featuring balance is crucial for our mental health, emotional and physical health. And when I take breaks, like I recently did, it gives me time to rejuvenate, reset my brain. Why do you believe taking breaks is essential or so vital for someone? Yeah.
All right. I think that in life, change is the only thing that's constant. So for me, when I take breaks, it's probably because something is about to change. Regardless, however, a lot of people take breaks because, it's essential because they're trying to, how do I put it now? Okay, yes, I got the word. Let our brain become less clustered.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think it's essential because sometimes, every time basically actually, whenever you're doing things or you're navigating life in general, it can become a bit too much, too cumbersome, especially if you're someone who dabbles into a lot of things like I do.
Yeah.
So it becomes a lot sometimes because human beings generally are known to put pressure on themselves. And so you need time to kind of just lay back, see things from an objective perspective, and then finally get back into it with a renewed mind.
Yeah, I totally get. But how about some people they feel like okay, once they take that break, it affects their productivity and makes them not succeed in a particular thing. How do you make them get rid of that mindset?
Okay, so I think first thing you need to understand is that self-care is not selfish.
Yeah.
And secondly, what's the word now? If you keep putting so much of yourself out there, one day you will run out. You always have to pour out from a place of overflow. I've said this multiple times. You have to pour out from a place of overflow. It's evident in your work. So if you're in a space where you just keep pouring out, it will get to a point where you have nothing to pour out anymore. So it's actually a myth for people to think that, oh, my productivity will lessen or something will happen if I take this break. Nothing will happen. The world will wait. Do you? This is something started in the first place. So if it's not something you can easily come back to, are you sure you actually created it? It's like when someone is cheating from an exam and they say, oh, if I go and pee, what if by the time I come back, this babe or this guy has already flipped to the next page of the Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, of course, that's because you're cheating of someone. You're not doing life on your own terms. But if you truly are doing life on your own terms and you create as often as, as you've always done, I think that especially if you've built a community, your community will understand. Just let them know why you're taking a break, why you need it, so that when you come back, you'll be more refreshed and you actually will be able to pour out more than, you even think.
As expected, yeah, I get.
Yeah, because your brain is relaxed, you can think better. So when people think, oh, my productivity will lessen or I won't be able to do this, that's a lie. It's a big cap.
So, you guys have heard Dara. She said, please take the break. The world would actually wait for you. So those of us that believe that, constant productivity leads to success and we start feeling guilty or anxious about the whole thing, do you take the break? But now, for people like me who have to balance work, school, personal life, how can someone strike like a healthy balance with all this?
Okay, so you see, when people ask me this, I get really terrified.
Why?
They're not that good at balancing my life. People just
you make it so good for us. You make it so good for us.
I'm good at balancing. Okay, so you see, one of my greatest problems, and you guys heard it here first, this is an exclusive. One of my greatest problems, is consistency. I'm a very inconsistent person. And I think it strikes from a deeper foundation of indiscipline.
Yeah.
And so there's this 30-day wellness challenge that I'm on right now. I'm doing it with this brand called The Odyssey.
Yeah, I saw your recent post and I'm like, that's another self-care thing.
Yeah, but then you see, there's a lot of productivity in that as well. So I'm getting to do things I actually enjoy, but at the end of the day, I'm still pouring out things. Ever since I started the wellness challenge, I've been consistent with exercise for 2 days straight. That has literally never happened. So, what I was trying to say is basically this. I really don't have that much of a balance as people think. I would say that this is how my life works. So when I'm in uni, when I'm on campus, 60% academics, 30%, content, all the stuff that I do, and then 10% me. which isn't really good.
Yeah, it's not.
But one rule I've made for myself when I'm in school is that my weekends are for me. I don't actually care. My weekends are for me. I don't want to know what's happening. I don't want to know if fire is burning somewhere. My weekends are for me. So basically, during the week, I set out time to go to the library, any project, any assignment that I have. If you cannot wait till Monday, forget about it. Except, obviously, in extreme situations, because it's not like I have control over stuff like that.
Yeah, do stuff. Yeah, true.
But to an extent, my weekends are for me. So from Friday evening, I'm already taking care of myself. Fridays, ask anyone, you would catch me probably watching a movie or reading a good book, because I read a ton of books. And those are the things that kind of calm me. To someone else, that might even be work.
True.
Truly. Yeah. Someone else reading novel is I don't understand. Can't you sleep?
Sleep, yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah. And so it's
I just want to be in bed all day. That's a very good way for them to reset and take care of themselves.
And if you see me sleep, if you see me lying in bed all day, I'm already leaning towards, I don't know, in my head I'm leaning towards depression. Because no, I'm not even joking. Especially consistent. So I remember how I started realizing that those were signs of me getting into a certain mood, was that it would happen consistently. And then in that time, I would also notice that everywhere around me is messy. So if side is messy, automatically my head is messy. And it breeds kind of inactivity in me. And yes, some people might be oh yeah, obviously everyone has those days where they just want to chill. But because I know what kind of person I am, because I always have to be doing something.
Yeah.
I always have to be doing something. It doesn't matter. I always have to be busy. And then sometimes some of those things don't even feel like work to me, because they are things that I like to do. like throughout the day now that I've said I've been productive, someone else, all those things I did might be considered work, but for me, I didn't care because I like it.
Doing what you were doing. That's great. I mean, these strategies sound so practical and effective. Like, setting aside the weekend for yourself, doing what you really enjoy doing.
Well, that's for people. Yeah.
What?
So I don't.
Sorry?
I said that's for people who are in uni.
Yeah, true.
So when I
True.
have freer time, I just set aside my day. So basically, it's very important that even when you're trying to take wellness important and you're trying to take breaks and set aside time to do things that you like, you almost must always understand that you have 24 hours in a day and time is passing by, so is your life. So keep taking breaks and calming down.
I don't know. Lately, I've just been thinking, like, have I been productive with myself? Like, sometimes I'm just home and then I just do things with my iPad and then the day runs out. That's it. And then I go to bed again and I ask myself, what did I achieve yesterday? Like, what did I achieve? So I have been like, how do I put it? I've been listening to your podcast. At some point, I binge listened to Grown. That's the first one. And then I listened to like a few ones about breaks. And have you ever had like different times when you had to like take breaks? How did you feel about it? Was it worth it? And what did you do in the process of taking the break? I know I've asked so many questions now, but I can go over it again. That's
okay. I got it. So basically, have I ever, taking breaks, right?
Yes.
Then how did I feel about it? Was it worth it? And what was the last one again?
What did you do in the process of taking the break?
Right. Okay. So I'll answer the first one. The short answer is yeah, taking breaks. Ton of breaks. Who listens to my podcast? That's what I was talking about, inconsistency. Mm-hmm. Anyone who would probably be like, what is wrong with
they'll probably be like, okay, the next episode is probably about why she had to take the break.
Honestly, because I release episodes sporadically, but I'm learning now that consistency is so important, because you think you can just hop back on and that everyone will follow sometimes. But then, people will still follow. It just might take some time.
Yes,
so
sure.
It's kind of building again from the beginning. In terms of podcasting, this doesn't apply to everything. Mm-hmm. So for me, yes, I've taken ton of breaks. But the ones that I've taken that I've actually told my community, this is why I'm taking a break, those ones were the most important. If I just go off for a while, then that's just inconsistent. Anyway, so was the break worth it? Was that a second question?
Yeah.
Okay. Was the break worth it? In some instances, yes. I can't say that all the time, because sometimes I wouldn't say that. My reasons are always
genuine.
They're always genuine. They're always important. But then, honestly, maybe not worth it every single time, honestly. Because I would say one of the reasons I would give is probably, I'm in school. But let's be honest.
Maybe I have exams or
exact ones. That one I think is very important, because honestly, for me, when I start exams, I don't want anything else distracting me. But in terms of school generally, I just think sometimes that excuse is a bit overused.
And like you can always spare. Sorry for interrupting. You can always spare like 30 minutes or like let me just say 45 minutes to you like record something, and I don't know if you get me.
But then, like, even besides that, there are days like you were saying before, how you just lay in bed and do absolutely nothing. I have days like that, especially when I have just like a class. So what's stopping me from recording that day?
Yeah, I get you.
Those days don't come just once in a week. So honestly, I don't have an excuse for those times. So I wouldn't say it's worth it all the time, but most of the time, yes, it is. Now,
Would you have done anything different from what you did, like when you took the breaks and all?
let's see. Done anything different? Are you asking like during the process of it?
Yes.
Well, yes. I think I would have spent my time more wisely. Sometimes also I take breaks because I'm having a mental block, and I don't
make sense.
But yeah, I don't want to record an episode where I'm just blabbing a lot of rubbish. No, that's the honest truth. Like, I don't want to come on and then be saying things that don't make sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, I get.
But I like to do thorough research for my episodes. If there are things that generalize to everyone, and if they are personal stories, then I don't really need to do research for that. But I kind of have to write out the main pointers of what I want to say.
Yeah.
As sometimes in mental block, I will lose a lot of information or not even remember a ton of stuff that I say. Yeah, so I would say that the thing that I would do differently sometimes is being more productive with my time. If I'm having a mental block in podcasting, there's something creative that I can pour my, what's the word now? My hard work into instead. I could write, I could take pictures, I could make videos. Do you get? So like,
Yeah,
it's not only podcasting that I do. I feel like I can just diversify my time.
yeah.
But during those periods, my brain will lie to me that, oh, you only break. And I'll just, be wasting my time away doing absolutely nothing.
Do you feel very good about those breaks afterward?
Well, on the ones that are worth it, yes, I feel really good because I'm, refreshed, I'm ready. And most times when I take breaks like that, I think those who listen to my pod can attest to that. I come back a lot more energetic, like I'm excited to kind of share what I've been learning.
I agree because I've listened to Ben. I'm like, okay, she's back to it again. And then after a while, we're taking a break again. Well, we'll get there.
There are no breaks for the foreseeable future.
We hope so. We'll get there.
Yeah. So, I didn't answer the last question.
What was it?
Basically, do when I take the break. Is that
yeah?
So when I take breaks, most of the time I pray.
Yeah,
because I kind of think to myself that one of the reasons why I'm taking a break, aside from a mental block, is because I am losing focus and probably need to redirect it, or I no longer see the vision.
interesting.
So sometimes for grown, and then I have another pod, but that's besides the point.
Testimonies and teas. Did you? We have to add every details here. Because I really then listen to your podcast. Like, I mean.
But yeah, so for both of them, especially testimonies and tea, because I know that I am not speaking for myself, I really do not like to just go on there and do whatever I like. So sometimes when I feel like I don't have things to say, or there's nothing being like impressed on my heart to talk about, I would rather just go back. And when I say I re-strategize, my own strategy is to ask for, insight, is to ask God for what to do. Because the way I live my life is I don't want to make any decision if my Father isn't making them with me. So that's just my mantle. That's the way I move. So if I feel like, oh, this doesn't feel right, or I need to take time off, what I'm doing in that time is mostly praying, seeking God. Besides that, I'm doing a lot of self-care and skincare. Yeah. And then I'm eating a lot of good food. That's basically it.
Yeah. That's very nice. Thank you very much. So, as we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts or key takeaways for our listeners?
Let's see. I would say seek God above all else. I know this might not apply to everyone, but yeah, I think it's very important. Another thing I would say is this. What I said earlier about how self-care isn't selfish. So a lot of us, if you live in African homes, have been taught to have a mindset of always looking for the next achievement. And that isn't necessarily a bad thing. But you have to realize that life isn't all about achievements, because you get to a point in your life where you just look back and then it's all being one thing after the other. Human beings are already insatiable. Why give them another reason to keep looking for the next best thing?
Yeah.
So I would say just calm down, take it easy. Yes, life is hard, but remember this. Life is happening to you, but you're also happening to life. So, yeah.
Wise words. Thank you very, very much for joining us today and sharing your valuable insights. Trust me, it's been an amazing conversation so far, so good. And yeah, thank you to our listeners for tuning in to Mimi Entertain. But before we wrap this up, don't forget to listen to Dara's podcast. It's a bit like the S, that's grown and testimony and tea. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye here. I liked it. It was a nice conversation.